James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 15th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. FBI launches grand criminal conspiracy probe targeting Obama, Brennan, Clapper, and Comey. FBI Director Kash Patel has launched a grand criminal conspiracy investigation into the decade-long weaponization of the federal government, a probe that specifically circumvents the statute of limitations, allowing investigators to finally pursue justice for long-buried crimes. According to a report by Just the News, Barack Obama, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and other high-level Obama-era operatives have been named in the investigation, which shows a coordinated criminal conspiracy to target political enemies, shield Democratic allies, and manipulate multiple presidential elections from 2016 through 2024. But it gets better. The probe may now shift jurisdictions to Florida, thanks to none other than Special Counsel Jack Smith's own raid on Mar-a-Lago. So they may actually be convicted. Please, let's keep Comer and the rest of Congress out of this.
But what I'm reading in your piece tells me that starting with Russia and the Russia hoax, all the way through Jack Smith, we're talking about every incident of weaponization used against Donald Trump and how it could be part of a broader, grander conspiracy theory, a conspiracy that actually took place and law-breaking involved in it. And that also the statute of limitations would not be applicable in this case as a result. And this would include names like Comey and Clapper and Brennan. Take it from there.
Yeah, and Barack Obama, too, because he was in on these early meetings. So what the FBI has done is treated the last decade of weaponization, all the great work that James Comer has turned up through his oversight committee, and put it into a timetable and said, this looks like an ongoing conspiracy, a wash, rinse, repeat cycle of Democrat gets in legal trouble. Hillary Clinton in her email case, Hunter Biden with his taxes, Joe Biden with his classified documents. They're let off the hook even when there is extraordinary evidence suggesting they shouldn't be left off the hook. And then a parallel track occurs where the Republican, in this case Donald Trump, is investigated falsely for things like Russia collusion, Ukrainian interference, his own documents at his home in Mar-a-Lago. This is a criminal conspiracy. By treating it as a conspiracy, you eliminate the 5-year statutes on individual crimes. If something happened in 2016, but it was part of an ongoing conspiracy that continued with Jack Smith raiding Donald Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago, it can be charged in the larger conspiracy, even though if you tried to charge it in an individual case, you wouldn't get it. Furthermore, you could also change the venue. Remember the troubles John Durham had bringing prosecutions to Washington, D.C.? Jurors wouldn't convict, even if they thought there was criminality going on. In this case, you could pick a place like Florida, where Jack Smith did the raid on Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago house, and say that's where we're putting the grand jury. You get a more fair jury pool, a more fair grand jury pool. It gives Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, an enormous amount of flexibility to do something historic. Finally bring some accountability for all the things that Chairman Comer and Chairman Johnson, Chairman Grassley, Chairman Jordan have brought and proved to the American people.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't get too excited because I don't see this occurring. I think the good news is that Trump is probably not involved with the Epstein files, or the Democrats who have had them in hand for years would have most definitely used them against Trump in the last 2 elections. So there's got to be something else going on to watch all of the Republicans on the House Rules Committee vote not to disclose the Epstein files to the general public, while all the Democrats voted to do just that, was more than a bit confusing. I guess, well, I'm confused today. God bless. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.